sold out pre-launch. The idea of a sold out pre-launch is that even before you launch anything, before you even announce anything, your offer already sold out. Can or not? Does that sound amazing? Sound really amazing, right? How the hell does this happen? This video is brought to you by Thrive Together. It's a free community where I teach these lessons live, personally, on my Discord server, and I give my personal time to answer all your questions at the end of it. If you want to join in and get personal time with me and my community of experts and coaches, click the link in the description below to apply for membership. Now, here's the problem. Right now, many people want to make money online. But the problem is, sometimes people have no business. Or maybe they don't have an offer. Or maybe they don't have any idea at all. No idea whatsoever. So what people normally do is that they would do some thinking, right? And they think. Thinking about what does the market want? What is the problems? What is the pains? What is the promise? What is the offer? Right? They start to think about all of these things. Here's the problem though. We are thinking about what the market wants. Do we know for sure that that's exactly what the market wants? We don't know. Which is the reason why the terminology market research come about. Market research is very powerful. If you do it right, you'll know exactly what the market wants, and you will be able to, through your research, find the intersection between what the market wants and what you want to do. And you'll be able to build a lucrative business out of that. The bad side of market research is that it is slow. It takes a lot of time. They do surveys, right? They do interviews, right? They go back and they look at all the data, think what is the problem, what is the pain, what is the promise. And then after that, they take a very long time to craft something, and then they launch it, and then they see what happens. And sometimes what happens is crickets. Nobody's responding. And then what happens then? Repeat. Market research again. Survey again. Think about the problem, pain, promise. Launch again. So this whole process takes a very long time to build a business. How this feels like is a lot of heartbreak lah. Because you spend so much time, right? You spend so much money, right? You spend so much energy and so much effort, right? And then you talk, and sometimes you feel that you are invisible. Like no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, nobody is responding. And there's a sense of anxiety, like when am I going to get my next client? When am I going to get my next business? Now, what if there is a better way? What if you can engage your market in a way that will help you gain reputation, help you build relationships with the market, help you gain renown, help you spark conversations with them. And in the process of you talking with them, and they are talking to you on a large scale, not a small scale, on a large scale, you are at the same time learning about your market. You are co-creating an offer. The ineffective way is you decide what the hell the offer that you want to give, and then you hear crickets. That is completely ineffective. Effective but slow approach is you ask the market what the market wants, and then you figure out how to deliver it in a way that you are happy with, and then you give the market what they want. Or you can co-create the offer together with the market. You guys understand what I mean? Right? If your market is developing the offer together with you, there is no concern that they might not want what you have. Does that make sense? Right? So this is a concept I call tilling and sowing. If you operate a farm, an apple farm or a fruit farm, here's the steps if you want to plant a tree. You must have seeds, right? You must have irrigation system. You must have quite a lot of things. But let's simplify everything into planting a seed and making sure that the seed is being nurtured. And once it grows to a certain point, you can reap the rewards of your seeds. If you were to take that seed and you throw it on the ground, does that work? That doesn't work, right? If you just take a seed and you throw it on the ground, nothing's going to happen. That is how most people approach social media marketing. They have an idea, right? They have an idea that they want to test out. They do one post, and then they ask everyone to go and support that post. Go and promote that post. Tag a lot of people. That is the same with taking an idea, throw it out, and see what happens. If you really want to plant a seed properly, you need to till the soil. Till the soil means that you are loosening the ground, right? So that more water, more things can go inside. So that you can actually dig a little bit to the depth that the seed needs to be inside. Because the seed cannot just be on the surface, it has to be inside the ground, it has to be surrounded by soil. In order for it to be surrounded by soil and water and moisture, it needs to be of a certain depth. But you can't attain that depth until you loosen the soil. So tilling the ground, loosening the soil. Imagine your market as a landscape, as a land, right? If you want to plant the seeds of an idea, you must shake the belief enough. You must loosen, you must make it so that the market is open and receptive to the idea. That is tilling. Sowing means now that you have loosened the ground adequately enough, you dig a hole, you plant the seed, and then you cover the seed. That is what it means by sowing the seeds. Yeah. So how does this look like? Killing, in the sense of social media marketing, is what I refer to as commenting and loosening, which means you are engaging in such a way with the market that you are loosening and getting them to be open. And how do you do that? You comment on people's posts. I will show you how to do it in a way that is powerful later. You're commenting on other people's posts. You are coming up with your own posts that is challenging people's perspectives, but in a way that people are open and receptive to what you have to say. Sowing refers to offering. It could be offering an idea, or it can offer an opportunity to work with you, to take up your low ticket offer, to take up your free offer. So tilling and sowing is the foundation of proper, organic, easy social media marketing. Even if you have no Facebook group, even if you have no database, right? Even if you have no ability to write like infinite contents over a 90-day period, you're able to do all of that by just a very simple exercise of tilling and sowing. So what I want to show you guys today is how do you engage in the market in a way that is effective, and then once the market is ready to receive the seeds of your idea, you sow the seeds of your idea in such a way that they will say yes. And the result of doing so means your offer will be developed for you by the market. The market will be telling you exactly what kind of offer that they would be perfectly willing to pay money for. And by the time you actually offer that, by the time you open the door, people already you have more than enough clients for your low ticket offer. So the way this works is in several steps. Step 1, you must identify the main outcome of an idea. Let's say your idea is content writing as an example. What is the main outcome of you working with somebody? What is the main outcome? If you are in tarot reading, what is the main outcome? If you operate a software, what is the main outcome of using the software? What's the result of using the software? What is the benefit? What's the main benefit? Step 1, list down maximum of 5. Don't list down too many. Maximum of 5 top main outcomes. That's the first step. And then the step 2, you go to the public. You go to the public, either go to somewhere where there's a lot of traffic. Facebook groups, an amazing place to do so. Your own Facebook group, absolutely great place to do so. But it must be in public, not in private, public, right? It must be a social media platform where there is an ability, there is a function for threads, forum-like threads, which means there is a post and then there is a comment. Under the comment, people can reply to the comment, and preferably people can reply to the reply of the comment, okay? Like 4chan, like Reddit, like Facebook, like Instagram. There are multiple layers to that. And what you then do is you talk about the outcome of the idea by either asking a question about the idea. You can also write your stance and position about the idea, what people should be doing, what people shouldn't be doing. Or you can also tell a story, but basically talk about it. Let me give you some examples. Let's say I'm a nutrition coach and my main methodology is ketogenic diet. And my idea is that ketogenic diet is my chosen way to help people become healthier in their life. Put aside your own personal biases or beliefs about ketogenic diet. This person believes in ketogenic diet, right? So they want to test this idea out. So what they do, they go to the market and start a very simple question. Who here done keto diet before? I'm not literally asking you guys. I'm giving an example. And if you were to just post something like that, very simply, on a public platform, do you think there are people who are going to comment? Yeah, of course. And the better your question is, the more people are going to comment. The more interesting your question is, the more people are going to comment. So the trick here is to figure out how to ask interesting questions. Maybe you can also ask things like, which one is more important? Diet, exercise, or both? When you ask something like that, there are many people who has to be right. You know those people? They have to be right. They have to be the smartest in the room. There are people who are like that. Those people are going to contribute to your post because they are very opinionated, right? So they're going to comment, and they're not going to comment a simple comment. They're going to comment some pretty elaborate and long comment because they have such strong opinions. Basically, you are asking the kind of question that elicits a strong opinion from people, yeah? So that is a question. Now, a stance. When you talk about a stance, you are no longer making a post about to ask opinion anymore. You are making a stance and you are opening up the floor for people to challenge your stance. Let's say I am a coach that teaches people how to tidy up their home. Tidiness coach. Maybe I'm a male version of Marie Kondo. I can make a post that says, you can never have a successful life unless your home is tidy. It's a stance, right? It's a position. I am sharing what I believe. Another stance that I have is business success is 90% mindset. I can just make a post like that. People are going to comment. I'm telling my stance. It could be a short post. It could be a long post. Doesn't matter. Basically, the idea is to engage with the market. The last one, story. I can tell my story about the outcome that I experienced and how I experienced the outcome. Why did that happen? And people are gonna comment about it as well. They're gonna say, oh, congratulations, good on you. Your story is so relatable to me. They're gonna comment a lot of these statements. That's step number 2. Now, step number 3 is this. Whatever they say right here, you ask them a follow-up question. Understand what I'm saying? So let's say your story is so relatable. I had so much difficulty trying to lose weight through exercise, and then I realized that nutrition was the key. So what you guys do is you ask them a follow-up question. What in your journey of trying to lose weight changed your mind about the importance of nutrition? You can also ask, like, what were your main struggles when you first started nutrition? Because remember, again, the example I gave was ketogenic diet. What was the main struggle you were facing when you were starting out with your nutrition protocol? And then they will tell you all kinds of things if they choose to. If they don't choose to, they're not invested. No worry. But if they're invested, if they choose to, they're going to tell you more. And when they tell you more, great, engage with them further. Keep asking questions. Repeat steps number 3 without it being interrogative. Keep asking questions in a diplomatic way, in a way that they are comfortable to admitting, they are comfortable to saying online. Be inquisitive. I recently did a masterclass on how to ask powerful questions. You guys should go and check it out. The key is that you are asking questions from a space of curiosity, not trying to lead them anywhere. From a place of unbiased neutrality, not trying to lead them anywhere, not trying to point something to them, not trying to teach them anything. You are just purely asking opinions. You are like a journalist, not a paparazzi, please, not reporter even. You're like a journalist. You need to create a safe environment, safe space for them to keep on voicing their thoughts so that they could talk on and on and on. The more they talk, the better. And guess what that's going to do for the algorithm? Imagine if one person who comments on your post, this person is commenting 5 times and you are asking them 5 times. That means one person already 10 comments already. And if you have 5, there's like 50 comments. What do you think that's going to tell the algorithm? It's going to tell the algorithm, show it to more people. Show it to more people. This is a great post. A lot of people are having a lot of fun in it. Show it to more. So it's going to show to more people. So you keep on repeating steps number 4. And eventually, conversations, as always, will die down. Right? It will die down. People will stop commenting. Because why? Because we have already reached a certain kind of consensus about a topic. Like recently when I started waging a war against DMs, let me tell you guys, so many inquiries came my way. Why? Because I made a stance about DM. I said that cold DMs are not okay. I hate cold DMs. I don't like cold calls. I will never do it. I also don't like receiving it. And all of the people who are pro cold DM, right, they comment on my post, right, attacking me. And then all the people who are against cold DM attack them who attack me. So my post blow up, so many, like 200 comments, 300 comments, like so many people commenting here and there. But eventually it's like everyone is exhausted already lah. Okay, so when you're exhausted, the question is, what have we learned? If let's say you were there and you are coming from a place of curiosity, do you think you have learned a lot of things about your market and about your market's opinion? Do you think so? Yes, you will learn a lot of things. You will not only learn about their problem, you will also learn about their pains, how they feel about the problem. You will also learn about what is the alternative that they would like to see. Let me repeat that again because it's so important. What is the alternative that they would like to see? If you ask questions, okay, what is your struggle with nutrition? Oh, I don't like not having carbs. Interesting. What makes you say that you don't like having carbs? It sounds like a stupid question, but you ask. Because when you ask questions like that, they will reveal to you their belief systems. They will say, having carbs is a balanced thing. Like, you need carbs. They're revealing to you their belief systems. Do you think you can make a post about that belief systems? Yes, right? So Jessica over there, you run a tuition center. What are your main concerns about sending your child to tuition center? I might give you some reasons. These things are important, Write it down somewhere. They're giving you insights. And then you can talk about how your tuition center overcomes these specific concerns that these parents have. See? Recently, I met someone named 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗛. This guy trains Tony Robbins' team. Super big shot. He was hired by 3 universities to be their lecturer. He is consulted by some governments around the world to help out with their educational policies. This guy didn't even go into primary school. Can you imagine that? Some guy who didn't even go into primary school get hired by 3 universities to be their lecturer, and on top of that consults for governments for their education system. If I'm in the education system, if I'm in the education industry and I did a post like that, do you think it's going to generate a lot of interest, right? And then I can ask them, like, is the education system still relevant when we are telling our children that they need to spend $60,000 on student loans to get a good job when this guy didn't even go to primary school and he has such a great job? Let's have a conversation around that. So more people are going to give their input, right? And you use that input to create another post. So step 4, you keep repeating this, keep asking the questions over here until you get enough learning. The conversation starts to die down. Then what happens is you go into step number 5. Step 5, you go back to the public. Hey, I've just done an amazing conversation surrounding this topic the other day. And here's what we collectively learned. We learned that this is the point number 1. This person said point number 1. This person said point number 2. This person said point number 3. You're tagging them in the post itself. Let me ask you this. How does this feel like? How does this feel like? Does it feel good? It feels like you are the connector, isn't it? You are the person who brings people together. You are the conversation starter. You are the spark of a party. You are now not pulling people together, but you have become the person that helps many people relate. And then this thread itself will be another sowing. It will be another point, right, where another conversation is started, you see? And you repeat this as a cycle until the crowd, the market, cannot take it anymore. We have uncovered so many solutions. We have uncovered so many problems. We have uncovered the cause of the problem. We have diagnosed the root cause of it all. We have found a solution. Now you have a lot of people who are talking about this solution now. The question is, what's next? Are you guys following? Because naturally, if you talk about the problem enough and the solution is clearly apparent right in front of you, then naturally the question is, what's next lah? See? So if the question is, what's next? You have a whole group of people who are tired of being in the problem. You have a whole group of people who are tired of being in the problem. And this whole group wants to go to the solution, but nobody knows how to go to the solution. Who is gonna show up and tell them how? Understand? So when you step up and you say, okay, here is my plan. Here's how I think I can help you guys. Do another post. And then you ask, what do you guys think? What do you think they're gonna say? Either 2 things only. They will either say, that's a great idea. How much is it gonna cost? Or they're gonna say, I like point A, point B, and point C. I don't like point D. Can something be done about this? What are you gonna say? Of course. Let me change that. Did it make sense? Right? Can you guys see how you are able to rapidly come up with offers, test the market, do market research, and rapidly iterate and reiterate your offer and develop your offer? Of course, it's depending on skill set, but if you do this effectively, what's gonna happen is that even before you launch anything, you already have a group of people who already wants what you have. Question is, how skillful are you able to use this? I want to explain something over here. This is not a strategy. This is how things work. This is how things should work. It is like one of those stories. You guys all hear the stories before, like people sitting in the mamak somewhere, and then suddenly friends, they had an idea hatch, and they got so excited about idea, and it became a successful business. You guys heard it before? Well, we heard this kind of stories all the time, isn't it? This is exactly what it is. This is how successful projects began. So what I want to advise against is to stop being in your head so much. That's my message. I think my main message. Stop sitting in front of a computer and think, how. Because you can think for years. Sometimes what's even more cringy is when people spend years to develop their offer. I'm gonna first think and consider and assume that I know what the market wants, and then I'm gonna build an entire product and program out of my complete 100% assumption, which I have never tested or validated, and then I'm gonna bring it to the market, and then I want to see who buys. And if nobody buys, I am gonna try and convince people to support me. Compare that with whatever I just shared, right? Because when you have devoted so much money and resources into an unsellable product, it's very hard not to be pushy. But when you co-create an offer with your market like this, you are being a leader. You are the person who is stepping up, because now the crowd is crying out for a solution. And you say, okay, no problem, let me step up. I'm willing to do this for a reasonable price. Then you just start. And now you get the ball rolling. Now you can start to think about, how can I optimize this? How will I deliver this? How can I price this? Right? How can I make it a part of my main permanent business? So speaking about niche, I've spoken about this before, that you don't choose a niche. You realize what is your niche. So if you're constantly going out to the market and giving offers like this, you're constantly testing out, eventually you will stumble upon an offer that works like mad. Okay, eventually you will stumble onto an offer that works like a forest fire, where people are referring people. That offer will become the core offer of your business. That will become your flagship offer. That will automatically become your niche. And then you will ask yourself, like, who are the main kind of people that will buy this kind of product? and this kind of program or service. Then you have your target market. And you ask them, why did they come here in the first place? Then you have the problem and the pain. What do they hope to get from this? You have the promise, you see? And then through the process of them taking on your low ticket offer like that, you get what? Testimonials. And because you keep on doing this again and again and again, you start to systemize parts of your business. You start to systemize parts of your program to make it more automated so that you are delivering it with less effort, but with more results for the people that you work with. Then you have the process. And then eventually, then you can craft your brand story, and then you can start to create your website, and then you start to talk about hiring a social media agency, and then start to do this and then start to do that. Now you are getting the ball rolling with momentum. Can you guys see how many people got it the opposite way around, right? No, I want to start a business. The first thing I do, spend 10K on a website. You see how cringy it is now that you know this, huh? Now that you know how things really works, you start to feel pain for all of the people who waste a lot of time and a lot of money getting it completely the other way around. Yeah, this is why I don't like to beat a horse when it's down, but this is why you get a business coach. For the people who are watching this as a recording, comment down in the comments, what do you learn from this? What do you value from this conversation that we had today, right? And what kind of other questions do you have about this? I will create more content about that. And that's all for now.